Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. In this video tutorial, we are going to discuss number system which are used in computer systems, computer organization systems, or any related digital electronics uh, systems, right? So, what is a number system? First of all, if we are going to define what is a number system, so number system is a representation of count, or you can say the number which are existing in any system, right? And uh, once we are talking about representation, then we mean to say there will be some symbols which will be used. For example, let's say we take example of very commonly and well known number system, that is known as decimal number system. And once we say decimal number system, we need to understand why we call it decimal, and why uh, what are the symbols which are used in this number system, right? So these are the main points that one need to understand. uh, one he or she is understanding any number system, and we are going to discuss first in uh, on the basis of decimal number system. So the very first point which come uh, under the observation is basically the base or the radix. So what is base or radix in terms of decimal number system? It is the number of symbols, right? Let me write number of symbols which are used in the systems. And in case of decimal number system, that is basically what, 10. So once we are saying decimal number system, so the base in the decimal number system is 10, or the number of symbols which are being used in decimal number system are 10. And what are those? If I'm going to write them, those are basically what, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you count them, these are in actual, as a number, they are 10 symbols, because 1 to 9, those are 9 numbers. And if you include 0, those are basically how many symbols? 10 numbers or 10 symbols. So that is why this number system is known as decimal number system, because its base is what, 10, or deca, because deci word is abbreviated in the Greek language, which is basically deca for uh, 10. So if I'm going to write any example of number in decimal number system, that is going to be very familiar to everybody, every one of you. uh, so if I'm going to take example, that will be, let's say, 123. And if you take every single digit in this uh, example, that is 123, so 1 is having its own weightage. What is weightage? I'm going to talk about it. Then there is 2, its own weightage is there, and then there is a 3. So uh, what is a weightage, or what is the worth of every number present in the number, right? So 1, 2, 3, one can call it, it is 100, and what, 23, right? And if I am going to separate them, then how I'm going to separate them? 100, if I'm going to write it in numbers, that is going to be, or in figures, that is going to be 100, or one can call it 1 into 10 raised to 2, right? And if I'm going to write 20, then 20 could be written in the figure form as 20, or simply you can call it 2 into 10 raised to 1. That means 2 is being multiplied with the value 10 with the power 1, right? And again, another number which is included in this example is 3, and that is basically, okay, let me write first in figure numbers, and then I'm going to write in figures. So that will be what, 3 times 10, and there is power now 0. So that eventually becomes equals to 3, or simply 3. So what are these 0, 1, and 2? In the very first example, that was basically 2, and the second number, it is 1 and then 0. It actually starts from the right side. So if you take the right side numbers, so this is basically your 0th position, then this is 1, and then this is 2. Or you can call it like 1, 2, 3, right? So this is basically 10 raised to 0 position, or its worth is what, 1, or the unity, right? This is 10 raised to what, 1, or its worth is basically 10. And then the third position is basically what, 10 raised to 2, so its worth is what, 100. So if you call it, 1 will multiply it with 100, so it will become 100, plus 2 will get multiplied with this 10. So what it will be, it will be 20. And then 3 will multiply it with this worth, which is basically 3. So that is actual figure 123, that we call 123, or simply we write 123. So this is how every time you go on the left side place from the right side, its worth increase in terms of power of base. Since it is a decimal number system, so the base is what, 10. So first place is 10 raised to 0, the next place is 10 raised to 1, and the third place is what, 10 raised to 2. And if you go forward, it will be increasing. 10 power 3, that will be counted as 1000, then 10 power 4, that will be counted as 10,000. So this is how the worth of every symbol from the right side to the left side, the worth is increases. And this is true for every number system, and we are going to take another example of number system. So let's rub it, and let's take another example. Okay, the next example I'm going to consider in decimal number system is, let's say that is 3024. So here I'm using four symbols, but if you see, if you see clearly, the there are basically symbols which are used are in this range. Basically, 3 is present here, 0 is also present here, 2 is also present here, so 4 is also present here. So these four numbers are out of this limited space. That is why this decimal number system will hold all those possible combinations which will be using all these numbers. Now let's redo the example that we have done in the previous example. So if I'm going to calculate the worth of every number, that will be multiplied with 10 raised to what, 0, because this is the very first number from the right side. If we go towards left side, so that will be multiplied with what, 10 raised to 1, and that is 0. And if it will be multiplied with 10 raised to 2, and the next number is this time 3, and that will be multiplied with 3, 10 raised to 3. So we are increasing the exponent of base. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 10 is the base. So its worth is basically what, if you see, it is 1, 10 raised to 1, and it is being multiplied with 4. So eventually result is 4. And then this is 10, and it is being multiplied with what, 2. So it is what, 20. And the next number is, its worth is what, 100, and it's being multiplied with what, 0. So its value is what, 0, and its worth is what, 1000, and it is being multiplied with 3. So the value becomes what, 3000. So if you accumulate the complete number, it is 3024, right? So you can see that 0 is present in 100 position, so its worth is gone. So that is why it is not included. Otherwise it could be 3324, it could be 3624, or any number, right? So since this 0 is present here, so this worth is gone, but actual cumulative uh, or actual uh, accumulative worth is 3024 if you add them up, right? This one, this 0, this 20, and then this will be added with 24. So this is how numbers are generated in numbers in decimal number system. But this is not the only thing that we need to discuss or that we need to understand about number system. We need to know how these numbers get populated or uh, get growth, right? So we know that eventually we are starting from 0. We will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we will go to 6, 7, 8, and 9. So what will be the next number? Since we are limited with this space, we have to reuse them in somehow, in some fashion, so that you can actually grow the number system. So what will be the fashion? Since 0 is not is a number which we don't have any value if you put it on the left side or as a significant number. So what you have do, you use the next higher number which is present in the number system, in the decimal number system, or if, and also significant, that is 1. So we will be starting from 1, and we will be using this number space from 0 to 9 again. So that will be what? 1 0, then 1 1, then 1 2, 1 through 1 3, and so on. It will eventually arrive to what? 1 9. And again we are stuck. How do we proceed? Since we have already used 1 here, so we will be using what? 2, and then we will start again these numbers: 2 0, 2 1, and it will eventually proceed to 2 9. So what will happen if you have written 9 9? That means you have used 9 as a significant number, and you have also used 909192 and up to 99. So now again this mechanism started again, and it you will be writing 1 and double 0 and 101. So this is a normal counting system which follows in every number system. It could be very basic if we are talking about decimal number system, but this terminology, this growth system will continue if you are using any other number system, and that we're gonna see in coming video tutorial when we discuss some other number systems. So that's it from this video tutorial. If you have any confusion or queries regarding number system, decimal number system, or its worst mechanism, how this number system is grown, how radix or base is being utilized, how number space is decided, so you can post your queries in comment section. Thank you so much for listening.